If you have any questions, you can post it in the comment box below. If you have any feedbacks and comments, also you can post it in the comments box below. See to that you join our WhatsApp community to know more further details about the spiritual journey and about how to live a holistic living.
Uh, I think it was a very interesting session. Actually, I disconnected and I watched in TV. So in my house, all sit in the TV, and daily we all sit and watch. So they saw that easy part of yoga. There's a different perspective. So as I always say, it doesn't matter whom you're learning. It is the same subject you can learn from multiple people. All same subject you can learn from the same person again and again at different point of time. There is always that experience that a teacher will pass, but you will not get it. So I think you have given a very another layer, I would say, to a need of yoga. That I'm sure many would start looking yoga into as a serious practice as a part of holistic, because without yoga, nothing is holistic here. So this is like the famous example. We try to add a lot of quality products into a vessel. It's leaking. There is no point. First, the vessel has to be healthy. So that is the point here. So thank you, and I'm going to share. Let's spend some time. I'll share some questions, Nandini. Maybe you can share your perspective. This is one of the question always people ask: can I do yoga when I'm sick? So what is your point of view?
When you're sick, your body needs rest to heal. You have to understand that first. Healing is a process which is done on its own. So it's better to take rest. You can use yoga as a technique to improve your immunity and prevent yourself from getting sick or cold or fever. But if you feel you're recovering, and you should understand your body. You should ask if I am able to do. You can just do some normal stretches which we did here, so that you don't develop stiffness in your body. But intensive practice of yoga, I would not suggest when you're sick.
To learn, can I learn it myself?
Letting.
So the point is, many people ask, do you need an instructor for yoga? You need to go for a class, or online I see a yoga session. I have a yoga app with me.
For the beginning, I would suggest it's always better to learn from a yoga instructor. It is not advisable to start a yoga practice by your own. Due to lack of knowledge, the correction of poses and not knowing the correct alignment may will lead you to injuries. Will An instructor teaches the proper form of the posture, the breathing technique is involved, and the modifications and the alignment of the body will be taken care under the guidance of an instructor. And if you feel after a certain point of time, at the beginning, it's better to go under an instructor. After a certain point of time, if you have understood the correct alignment, if you are confident that you can do it at home, and if you are consistent enough to do it at home, you can then take it further with an online class, or any of that sort. So that is my point of view. Because in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the sage says Abhyasa and Vairagya Tannirodha. He says Abhyasa is regular practice and Vairagya is dispassion, that is concentration towards that practice, are the two pillars of any yogic practice. Whatever, you cannot call yogic practice anything you take, you have to do it consistently and you have to concentrate in that, whatever you do, to get the result in the correct way. So if you're consistent enough and you know the correct alignment and the breathing techniques mainly, then you can start practicing. You seeing the YouTube or whatever you want. Otherwise, if it's a beginner, I would suggest you to go learn from a yoga instructor and then proceed.
Good. Another interesting question I have is people take yoga sometimes as a medicine. They say, okay, I have anxiety. What asana should I do? Okay, if you do the asana, will anxiety go off? No. They're asking, will what asanas help for anxiety? How can I calm my mind? Is pranayama helpful? What breath work? This is completely, they search the Google and find these, because every asana will have some effect. Every food will have some effect. So what is your view about it? Anxiety particularly, because right now people are anxious.
Yeah, we spoke about the stress and the anxiety in this PPT today. So as I told, it is not one particular asana which will help you to deal with anxiety or stress or many other than this. I receive lots of questions. Please tell me how to reduce my weight. Oh my God, it's not just one day process to reduce your weight or reduce your anxiety. It is all in your mind. You have to cultivate the yogic attitude, just awareness. You should understand what you should do. It is not about one thing which you can do and get it immediately. It is not that. Everything comes under Abhyasa Vairagya. Please keep practicing, understand yourself, then you can go. As I said in this PPT, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, that is, activating the response instead of reacting to the situation itself will reduce your anxiety and the stress. So, you have to cultivate from the mind. It should be both the mind and the body working together. If you're anxious enough to do certain pose, it is again a stress. If you understand that you're going to do three poses and you'll be, normal, it is not going to happen. It's not like that. There's a science. It has to work. All should work together.
Great. Um, just to add a couple of points, Nandini, I think people. I also want to highlight something. Post pandemic is going to be a very different experience for everyone, and we all expect the world will be same as it is 3 months before. Unfortunately, the way it is going to be will be very different, and the way we see the world is we are the only luckiest generation who saw a different world and who will be seeing a different world. Okay, so now the point is who is fast in transiting the change and moving with the change, or else you'll be stuck here, which will get you depression or you will get into an anxiety. So that is going to be a little bit challenging. So as Nandini said, you'll have to work with your mind. It's all boils down into your mind, practice, and many things. You'll have to work on it. So Nandini, I just wanted to know one more point is there are proprietary yogas, right? I don't want to mention the name. You know whom I'm referring. They add their name towards the yoga. They add some extra words: cold yoga, hot yoga, or water yoga, or hanging in the air yoga. They invent new things. Do you advocate it, or is it like going through the classical text what our ancestors says that has value, or these are just marketing gimmicks?
As I said, it is marketing game. It's all the Western influence which has been happened to actual meaning of yoga. We saw what is yoga. Yoga is all about stilling the and asana is just one aspect of yoga. It is not yoga. Asana practice is to prepare your body for the next level of yoga. You would have seen the 8 limbs where asana is the third point. You still have more steps to go towards the spiritual level. Asana is just a preparatory pose of so that you can sit for a longer time. If you have discomfort and pain in your back, you cannot sit for a longer time. So the sage has they have taken it step by step to make us, to take the spiritual journey much easier to go towards that level. Asana is just one aspect of yoga. It is not yoga. That is a misconception which is being spread, and it's due to the Western influence that all these, just to attract people towards a different, people need all something different nowadays. So just to attract these, this is all modern techniques which being used. Yoga is not physical asana doing, please. It is just one aspect of yoga. You must understand that.
And unfortunately, that's what people actually see yoga as. They see asana. Yoga means immediately they'll do yoga posture and they'll say, "This is I'm a yoga expert." Yeah,
Actually, I would want to suggest this, pranayama is even more effective than practicing asana. It gives more effect. The oxygen, that is, we have something called as diaphragm in our body. That is the place where, once we breathe, the oxygen stores. And the diaphragm has the capacity of storing around 4.5 to 5 liters of oxygen. 2 liters are already present there for our daily activity. The rest of the thing is what which we inhale and exhale. So when we do a normal inhalation, exhalation, normal breathing, it's only zero point 0.5 to 1 liter of oxygen which enters our body. You still have more space for filling up the oxygen. And you should understand that all you eat, the nutrients, is only for the muscle and the ligament and the bone which is it's going. The oxygen is the only food which goes towards the cell level. You must understand that. Food for your cell, the trillions of cells which you have in your body, the food is oxygen. Only if you inhale and exhale with awareness deeply, only then the cell level, food reaches to your cell level. So pranayama is even more effective than asana. But for doing pranayama, you will sit for a longer time. That is why we do asana practice. Everything is interrelated. You must understand it properly.
True. So I think that beautifully you have explained, Nandini. Because people, when they ask me, how do I do meditation? How do I do progress in spiritual? I say, first of all, can you sit? Can
Yeah.
you sit for 15 minutes without moving and not feeling your body? Without feeling any numbness in your body. After 15 minutes, can you forget your body? That you should not even remember that body existed. If you can remember that, then you're going to start the process of spirituality. So to
Yes.
make you realize that, you need to do asana. That's why I said 1 hour of asana will make you sit in a bliss for 15 minutes straight. You will not even know how time passes it. So as you said, practice is the key. That's why even in all the Gurukul session, the first line I say is, don't thank me, don't thank Guru, or forget everything. The best way you can progress is practice, practice, practice. Write it in the first page and red line, underline. Always, without practice, nothing can be done. You can't get shortcut. There is no the 20th question in Kon Banega Kororpati, which people are asking, when will I find Guru? When will I get enlightenment? You can't do through a WhatsApp. You can't do through a YouTube. It is all self-motivated. So that's a beautiful explanation. Yes, well, before we wind up, just a last question I want to ask is, one of the parent asked, is that, can we use yoga to treat sciatica pain? I'll remove the word sciatica pain to, can we use yoga for any treatment? Or is yoga a therapeutic purpose? Or is it a lifestyle? Or is it a must? Share your point of view on that.
Uh, yes, you can, but under guidance for any therapeutic point of view, any sciatica or whatever. Yes, you can. It is mainly to strengthen the muscle. I'll tell you, if you have back pain, it is understood that your back is not ready to hold your weight. You have to improve the strength of your hamstrings, your hip muscles to hold your weight. And posture is very important for any disability. You have to, if you're sitting for a longer time also, you think that you're just sitting, but you're actually disturbing the actual alignment of your spine. Your alignment of your spine is, front, there is a curve. In your lumbar region, there is an extension. So that is your actual curve. Your spine is not straight. It is not straight. You have to understand there is curves in your spine. And if you disturb the alignment, automatically you will incur pain, and that is where all these disturbances arises. And stress is also one of the reason which triggers pain, due to which, due to stress, we saw that all the internal functions act differently, and due to which we end up with disorders. Yoga helps, but under the guidance. You cannot do it by yourself, which may lead to some other problem.
Great. And before we wind up, I just thought one more questions maybe we'll ask you. How different is yoga from physiotherapy?
Any not physiotherapy, I'll just compare it with any physical exercise. As I
Okay, let's
said,
take
I
Zumba.
also
Let's keep Zumba on one side in triangle. One side Zumba, you have another. Zumba is like you dance with crazily with doing something, which is the hottest selling thing right now. Okay, torturing. You can torture yourself so that you sweat more, you pain more. People think they're getting healed. They feel like, okay, something has happened in my body. By default, 10% weight will go off, but after 2 months, they'll regain the weight which they don't understand. The kidneys are going to be affected, which they won't understand. So one side you have Zumba, on the other side you have physiotherapy, which is endorsed by doctors. Okay, but yoga is different. Why not doctors using yoga? Why can't they recommend? Why are they only referring to a physiotherapy or a dietitian? Why can't they refer a grandmother or a yoga which is there for generations and saved people? What is your point of view? I know it's
uh,
geopolitical. You can always skip the political part and give us your perspective.
sure. According to my perspective, I would tell yoga is all about syncing the breath with movement. Just understand, every asana there is inhalation and exhalation. When you stay in an asana, you breathe. When the muscle stretches, the oxygen goes towards that. So when you do an asana, you feel the stretchiness of your muscle. What is that? How does that feeling come? It is from the nervous system. The nerve tells to your body that you're stretching. Immediately, a lot more blood supplies move towards the oxygen. You should understand. We just spoke about the stress related thing where we gave an example for going away from a dog's bite. What happens? The lot of neurons are produced towards that part so that you get more energy to run. Same thing happens here when you do yoga asana, but the stress level is very limited. As Velu said, in Zumba, you're torturing your body. You're doing something more than actually what you can do. That is not the case in yoga. I told you to cultivate yogic attitude, awareness, acceptance of what you can do, and then go towards the pose is the main key of yoga practice. And you compare it physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is mostly done to one particular area. It is mostly specified to people who are injured or you've got hurt there, and to improve that particular area, physiotherapy is advised. But yoga is not only using one particular part of it. All the part of the muscle should participate in yoga asana. Due to which it is not aiming at one particular position. It is the body together with the help of mind and the breath control, which comes into a picture in yoga practice. That's my point of view.
Yeah, interesting. Because I just recently saw one somebody advertised me said we are doing Zumba yoga.
My God. It's a
I was
torture.
like Zumba. So today they will combine Zumba and yoga. Tomorrow they'll combine swimming and yoga. It looks like they need a new word to
Yeah.
market it.
It is just yoga as a tagline for them to attract people. That is all.
Exactly. So anyway, so the conclusion I would say for everyone in our community is like go with the classical text always because thousands of generations and knowledge can't go wrong. It's there in our DNA. And find it proper teacher. You have Nandini in Bangalore. You have Uma Balaji in Bangalore. We'll be happy to connect them to you. They have been there helping our community. I think every time when I call, whenever we do event in Bangalore, if a residential program, either Bhuma or Nandini, they will be there. We just tell them, please come and teach yoga. That yoga will be very intensive. In fact, last silence program when we did, Nandini was giving it's a proper drill for everyone. People felt that experience so nice. So I would highly encourage you all to make use of their time, and you are anywhere in the local where you find or they are available. Just want to let you know, and we will share all the details and take away. Okay. Thank you, Nandini, for your time. And as I say, this is not the end of your session. This is just the beginning of the session you have conducted. So we will be involving you in multiple sessions in future, not just in yoga and multiple things. And we really wish you heartful wishes for you so that you spread this knowledge to a very larger audience, not just this community or your community. It should go to a even more bigger audience, and people should embrace this knowledge given by your ancestors. Okay, thanks for your time, Nandini. So we'll catch up
Thank
some
you very
other
much,
time.
Devi. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thanks for people who are working behind the screen to make this a successful event. Thank you, everyone.